Hi everyone, my name's Fletch Kelly. I'm here with Bill Cornell. We're from ABS Beef. Today's episode of Talking Bull, we're going to cover a couple of the Australian bulls, a couple of the new US bulls, and share some comments on what we're seeing out in the field and what we like from US trips and what we're seeing around the country. So,
thanks, Fletch. So just talking quickly about the US trip that we just did. A great trip, just got back 12 days away. Visited 7 states, 7 AI studs, went to appropriate herds around the place to look at progeny of some of our bulls that we brought in last year. On the trip I spent 3 days with the ABS beef team. We went to some feedlot and talked a lot about bulls and future programs that ABS has coming up. Perhaps a highlight of the tour for us was going to the American Angus Association and discussing with them about their feet program, their feet structure and structural program that they've got going. And then the way that they're scoring it, the way they're collecting data, which I think is going to be a fantastic thing coming through. So, but an amazing trip, had 3 other people with us on board, and they added some extra commentary and some comedy to the program. But a great trip, thanks Fletch.
Thanks Phil, it's good to hear the trip went really well. Now obviously there's a bit of hype around a couple of our US bulls at the moment. Bill, can you share with us some of the bulls that you went and saw over in the States?
Out of the Gardner program, we've got 2 really good bulls. Firstly, the Failsafe bull that came into Australia last year. We've got calves on the ground now. The bull's certainly excelling in terms of calving ease, and also in terms of his potential carcass traits. So people are liking the calves that are being born at the moment. The bull's certainly a frame 6 bull. I really enjoyed his phenotype, and I think he's got a contribution to make. The bull of the moment though is the Inertia bull. Many people say that bull is probably the best bull to come out of Gardners in terms of phenotype and look in the last 30 years. He is absolutely awesome to look at. Fantastic in his skin, really good top line. The way he carries his head is just magnificent. He's free moving and just got a real presence about him and a real sire outlook. Love the bull. Then the next bull we want to talk about is Enhance from Side and Stricker's program. We've had the Exceed bull here in Australia, but Enhance is the bull that just really puts it all together. Love the way that the bull paraded. Loved his feet and leg structure, and he's really excelling well in structure, which a lot of Australians will love, and perhaps for the potential with his EPDs, his look, his progeny, it was probably turned out, could be classified as the new bull of the tour. Then we move on to another bull called Black Magic.
And the Titus obviously as well. That's an interesting story there.
Absolutely, Fletch. And a Black Magic bull, about a frame 7.5 to frame 8. So he's a massive bull. And something that a lot of people have been asking for, a bull with more frame, more length. In actual fact, I use a 1 to 3 ticker for frame, and this bull was a 4 ticker, so off the charts. We assessed him as a B to a B muscle, a pattern as well. In terms of his structure and type, really liked him. Head carriage was good. He's a bull that's going to add a massive frame, a massive muscle. And also we took off to Go and went down and saw Black Magic progeny, daughters in production, calves at foot. We saw the dam of Titus as well. Yeah. Black Magic's going to be pretty expensive for a lot of people, and I'm sort of suggesting that perhaps if they're going to use the bull, to use him, and then if they want to blend their price out, they use Titus as well. Have a little look at him, but and probably finally, Fletch, I should mention the Thomas Edison bull. Yeah, so Edison's into the Angus benchmark program for Australia, so we're really going to get some data on him rapidly. The bull presented himself in lean condition. We were getting semen out of him. Hard to assess a few things about him. In the actual fact, he's probably his raw body depth, capacity and type. But we still love the bull's docility. We liked his head carriage, we liked his tail set, we liked his foot and leg structure. So a bull that I think could has a role here in Australia, a bit of an outcross in his pedigree, and a bull I think is going to work really well over Edmund, Infinity, Reality females have got that little extra fat, so
okay,
I really like them. But I'd say they'd be the bulls that we pulled out that are new to the breed.
Awesome.
That's worthwhile looking at.
Thanks, Bill. There's another bull I want to ask you a little bit about. We've got a big audience here this afternoon. They're probably pretty keen to hear a little bit about Command. He's a bull we brought out last year, or maybe even the year before, and he's been used pretty heavily right around Australia.
Yeah.
What did you think of him in the collection facility? Because he's sort of caused a bit of a stir as well now. So.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, I remember when you and I saw the bull in January of 2017. Just loved him.
Looked really good.
And then June, when we went back about 6 months later, had dropped a lot of weight to get maximum semen production out of him. Perhaps didn't present quite as well as what some of the guys did. Went back to review the bull and had guys that had seen him last year and this year. Just he's really developed, just got a big old square hip on him, plenty of muscle, good top line, and when the bull parades, really elevates his head up and sort of shows that he's good behind his shoulders, good in his spine and chine, really parades magnificently.
That's good.
Structurally looks really good, and yeah, with the calf reports we're seeing around and the young calves out there, that we're seeing at programs like Circle 8 and up there at Trowbridge, and just hearing the reports coming in from folk around the place. I mean, Command's hot property.
Absolutely. And, the calves look awesome in Australia at the moment. The young progeny are awesome, and a good set of EBVs to go with it. Good low birth weight, plenty of growth.
We did revisit with Capitalist again. And what's fortunate is that we've managed to renegotiate to get a bit more Capitalist semen into the country. He's hot property over in the US, and we really fight to get inventory in. But we've got more inventory coming in. We saw a lot of calves there at Musgraves, even daughters that had just finished raising their first calves. We went back and revisited with the bull, and certainly he still stacks up to all inspections. So
that's great to hear.
Yeah, no, really pleased with him. So.
Oh yeah, Keystone's been unbelievable for us, Bill. Obviously a new bull to the ABS stables. He was retained by Archers down there at Landfall and proven through their commercial program down there. I've inspected the bull twice now at TLG. He's a really free-moving, structurally sound bull, very sure over his feet. He's a frame score 7, Rennie Lee Edmund's son, so you get all that doability and softness and everything we love about Edmund. Just did a bit of probably a frame score bigger than Edmund, yeah. So the progeny that I saw down there at Landfall, unbelievable, like amazing heifers, some really good bulls coming through the sale as well by Keystone, so he's definitely one to watch. He's got a pretty remarkable birth weight to growth spread. I think he sits at 1.6 for birth, and he's right out to 120 something for 600 day, I think. So yeah, certainly one to keep an eye on for any commercial or stud producer out there. Yeah, he's going to be a stayer for us for years to come, that's for sure.
Yeah, and then we move on to a bull that's in a similar vein as Kicking and Emperor Son. So
yeah, it's really refreshing to see quite a hot Emperor Son coming through now. Obviously Emperor's becoming an old boy, he's getting a little bit late in his years. So yeah, we've just contracted Murder Duke Kicking. Yeah, big powerful frame bull. I saw him at TLG last week. He's really quiet, again structurally really sound, everything that we really expect from Australian bulls. He's a soft, easy doing bull, thick through his middle, thick through his hindquarters. Yeah, another great addition to our